Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi Salam sejahtera. I'm Siti Suryani Osman from University Science Islam Malaysia, and I would like to share my research on data journalism for this conference Iccomah 2022. So the title of my study is Awareness about Data Journalism in Malaysia among University Science Islam Malaysia USIM students. It's a preliminary study. So basically, the findings or this research actually shares about the level of awareness about data journalism among USIM students. It's a public university in Malaysia, and I have studied 34 students from communication and language background to learn about the awareness about data journalism via online survey. So basically, this study investigates level of awareness among the students, readiness to learn data journalism, and also impression on data journalism. Generally, the findings indicate that the level of awareness among the students is still low, but they are ready to learn, with the impression that data journalism is not easy to master, but a necessary skill for them in the future. So to start with, what is data journalism? Data journalism is a field that encompasses a suite of practices for collecting, analyzing, visualizing, and publishing data for journalistic purposes. The history of data journalism goes back to 1821 when an article in the Manchester Guardian in the UK listed data on Manchester schools and provides a table of the students and the tuition fees of the institution. So although this does not yet meet the criteria or definition of data journalism today, but data presentation at that time was still new, and it is new in journalism, so that is, they said, the start of the emergence of data journalism in the world. So around the world, data journalism is still an emerging field, while some countries have practiced it to enhance reports to serve more accurate data to the audience. Data journalism has gained prominence in the United States of America and the United Kingdoms, while we can take WikiLeaks as one of the examples of how data journalism is used to enhance reporting and also to assist investigative reporting. In Malaysia, in the local context, data journalism is still a young branch in journalism. However, in other parts of the Southeast Asia, like Indonesia, the Philippines, and Singapore, we can say they have practiced more advanced data journalism as compared to Malaysia. However, Malaysia finds data journalism is exciting, and we seem to also embrace it. And several large newspaper organizations have started to practice data journalism, such as Bernama and the Star. Alternative organizations such as Malaysia Kini and several smaller private organizations have also started discovering big data and data journalism in reporting. So how about awareness of the students in general based on literature related to data journalism? To make students aware about data journalism, one of the ways is by teaching traditional journalism with specific skill set. It is, however, still in its infancy, such as in Poland and in Italy, but some countries like the UK, Germany, and Netherlands, they offer more academic and vocational classes on data journalism. In the context of higher learning institutions, one of the most apparent challenges is the need to master mathematics in order to learn and master data journalism. This is also my problem. So students are also having these challenges and issues as well. Other factors include unwillingness to learn subjects related to computer science and difficulty in learning skills related to big data. Some of us also scared to work with statistics, and of course, as I mentioned earlier, the fear of mathematics and um, unreadiness to learn computer science related subjects. So these are all factors that contribute to dislikes and unwillingness to learn data journalism, which lead to low level of understanding of what data journalism is. So in this study, I have studied 34 language and communication students via online survey to learn their awareness about data journalism, how and what they understand data journalism, and these are all USIM students. So sampling method is purposive sampling, which they must be communication or language students to take part in this survey. And they may voluntarily participate in this study once they fulfill the main criteria. So overall, 34 students involved in this study. So how about the findings? Okay, in terms of awareness about data journalism among these students, it is actually very, very interesting because I have like more than 200 students, communication and language students for this semester, but only 34 of them participated in this study. So this one I think is interesting. Maybe my assumption is that they feel that even the title, like asking them about data journalism, is really something new to them, and because this is voluntarily, so most of them maybe decided not to answer. But at least I've got 34 students to learn their awareness and understanding of data journalism. So out of these 34 students who participated in this study, about 30% only said that they have heard about data journalism, which brings to the total of 11 students out of 34. So from this, 3 of them have heard about data journalism from class, while 3 others from the internet. So generally, it can be concluded that majority of the students do not really understand what is data journalism. 39%, for example, answered neutral, yeah, which I think we can read that as they do not understand, and 15% answered they understand data journalism. And out of 8 responses of this, all of them suggest that the students understand data journalism out of this 15%. They include, yeah, for example, they include some keywords and phrases that demonstrate their understanding, such as analyzing large data sets, numerical data use in production of information, help journalists to tell complex story through infographics. So these are the phrases that I think it shows that this some of the students do understand what data journalism is all about. So when asked whether they think that data journalism is an important skill for future journalists, 45% agreed, while 30% strongly agreed, which brings to the majority of 75% agreement from the 34 students. So they were also asked if they are ready to learn data journalism if it is offered as a compulsory course by the university, and 90% agreed. They reported that it is very important to learn data journalism nowadays. Some of them wrote that it will be an important skill in journalism in the future, and it is important to produce original content from data journalism, and also it is an important skills for journalism graduates. So I think all these phrases support their readiness to learn data journalism. In fact, some of them also asked if they need to pay to learn data journalism. Do they agree? And 40% agree to pay for the course if necessary. So for the conclusion, from the study, it can be concluded that the level of awareness about what data journalism is still low among Muslim students, although they are communication or language students. In terms of reception of this study, also it does suggest that because only 34 students participated out of more than 200 students. However, they know the importance of data journalism and are willing to learn, especially if it is made compulsory by the university. And in fact, some agreed to pay if needed. This is in line with the impression that data journalism is an important skill to master in the future. So the findings also suggest several important implications to several parties, especially to universities offering journalism courses. It suggests for more exposure about data journalism, it really must be done if not yet able to offer full course of data journalism for the journalism students. So that's all in terms of my presentation for today. So thank you so much for joining me for this presentation. So if you have any question or if you have anything to share related to data journalism, please do that. Email me at suriani3979@gmail.com, or Google me and you'll find me on USIM website or my faculty's website. or email me using my USIM email at which is Suryani SURIANI at USIM at usim.edu.my. Thank you so much. So happy learning, everybody. Happy conferencing. Assalamualaikum. Salam sejahtera.